Okay, I am back. So I forget that when I touch the earbuds, it makes it so that it disconnects me. It was like, tap if you want to hang up, but I didn't. All right, today we'll do just a little breath awareness practice to start. You can be in any position that you like. Choose something that's comfortable for you. And if you want to lie down, you can lie down. If you want to sit up, you can sit up. I'm going to show a little different sitting variation, just in case you want to change things up a bit. And I actually brought my notepad today so I can write down what we do afterwards. So if I wait until I go home to write it, I will forget. All right, so I'm going to take a variation on Virasana or hero pose. And in this case, I'm sitting up on a block. Now, you don't have to sit like this. You can lie down. You can sit in some other way. This is just another option that we don't use that much. And I thought, well, let's add this today as something you might do. If you feel, if you're working with this and you sit down, you're like, ooh, this is not comfortable. Add a block or something to lift your bum up. The feet are outside and you're sitting right up on the block or 2 blocks or a little bench or sitting in a chair if you like. Close the eyes and take a moment to tune in. And let yourself completely arrive exactly where you are now. And if you're working with the Vajrasana variations, take the time that your body wants to settle in. And if comfort is still elusive, feel free to set this aside for now. We can always come back to it another time. Take a moment to welcome yourself right here, right now. And there's an old chant that's been in my thoughts a lot lately, and a friend of mine just mentioned it in a post that he did. He's a fellow yoga teacher and accessible yoga teacher. And the translation of this chant is, it's really a call, an invocation, asking that we see things truly as they are. I know right now, I've definitely been overwhelmed quite frequently with the sense that like, oh, it's all terrible and it's never going to end. But I know that that's not actually true. I know we will get on the other side of this. And the English translation of this chant is, reveal and let me see the light in the darkness. Let me be able to tell what is real and unreal, what is true and untrue, and let me see what is temporary and distinguish it from what is eternal and lasting. So as we come to our practice today, and as we tune into the sensations in the body, yes, they are temporary. Allow what's present for you to arise and to be with you for however long it's there. And then let it move on. We can use that model as we work with the breath. Feel the breath, the inhale as it arises, and there's a moment where there's a natural pause. And at some point, the exhale begins. Perhaps imperceptibly at first, but then noticeably. And again, at the bottom of the exhale, there's a natural moment of quiet, of emptiness. And then the inhale begins. And see if you can notice those, let's call them 4 parts. The active inhale, the active exhale, and those turnaround subtle moments at the top and the bottom of the breath. Take a few more breaths, just like this. Aware of the inhale and the pause and the exhale and the pause, the turnaround. Feel the breath and the turnaround, the out breath and the turnaround. And now gently, if the eyes were closed, you might blink them open for a moment. If your legs have been folded underneath, and even if they haven't, you might take a moment to stretch the legs out any way that is comfortable for you. And then let's join forces. Once you've done a little leg stretch, let's join together seated in any upright position you prefer. And as you sit tall, lower the chin to the chest and slowly take the head over to one side and pause there. And slow and easy, take the head over to the other side and pause there. And just like that, over to the first side again. And gently to the other side. Pause there. Return to center with the chin down. Slowly raise the head to neutral. And turning, rotate the head, looking over one shoulder. Pause there, sit extra tall. Let the shoulders drop down the back. And then slow and steady over to the other side. Sit tall again, let the shoulders melt down. You go back to the first side again. Nice long spine. Let the shoulder blades glide down your back. And then one last time to the other side. And pause there. Bring the head back to center. And let's move the chin down toward the chest and then up toward the sky. And invite the entire spine to go with us. As the chin comes down this time, round your spine, tuck your tail underneath, and then inhale and lift the heart. Lift the chin any amount. Exhale, draw the navel in and round the back. Inhale, lift the heart and melt the shoulders. Just like that. Exhaling, draw the navel in and round. Inhaling, open-hearted. And just like that again. As you come to sitting and upright, circle the rib cage around. Go the other way. And back to center. Unwind the legs and let's come down onto our backs. Hug the knees into the chest as you lie down and rock gently side to side. And as you rock, let the neck relax. The head might rock a little side to side. But it's easy, really minimal effort here. Now place the left foot down and circle the right knee around in the air. A little hip mobility. Take your time with the movement. Let the arms and shoulders be relaxed. Change direction. That's it. And touch the foot down. Now change sides. Circle this knee around. And go the other way. And touch the foot down, heel to the feet, wide apart. Open the arms out generously and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Return to center and walk the feet back in. Stretch your right leg out long. The left knee stays bent and the foot is flat on the mat. And take your hands behind your head in sit-up fashion. And we'll do some three-way sit-ups. Pull the belly button down towards your mat as your right knee curls into your chest. And then, if you like, lift your nose up towards your knee. Take your time as you come back down, lowering the head and the foot slowly and stretching the leg all the way out. We'll do that again, just like that. Exhale, draw the knee in and curl up toward it. Inhale and slowly lower down, stretch the leg all the way out. One more like that. Pull the belly button down, curling up. And slowly back down. We'll do 3, taking the right knee to the right elbow. So as you come up, the knee goes to the outside, gets as close to the elbow as possible, and then slowly back down. The slowly is really the key. It's not so much how high you come up as high as the body is willing. And then really put the brakes on as you're going down. One more time, zip up the belly, knee to elbow, and then back down long, stay there. The next 3 will be twisting. So as the right knee comes up, belly zips up as per usual. And the last little bit is your opposite elbow will come toward the knee, unwind and stretch the bottom leg all the way out. Just like that, right knee comes in, curl up, and the left elbow comes toward the knee. And slowly back down, stretch the leg all the way out. One more time. Zip up the belly, curl in and twist. And slowly back down. Stretch the leg out. Switch legs, bend the right foot, stretch the left leg all the way out. Take the arms lightly. This is not the sit-up part. This is just us moving our arms like a snow angel style. Up overhead behind you, and then out to the sides and down. It's your choice and your body's own option whether you want to have the hands like graze the floor or float above it. And just like that, snow angel movement, inhaling as you spread your wings and reach up behind you, and exhale as you come back down. Bring your hands behind the head. And when you're ready, inhale here, knee to the nose. Exhale, curling up, zip up the belly, come up any amount, and slowly lower down. Stretch the left leg all the way out. Exhale, curling in, knee to nose, and slowly stretching out. One more time. Really take your time with it because it's both better for our strength building and on like a warm day like today. We're not trying to build a lot of heat. We've already got heat. Elbow to the same knee or knee to the same elbow, curling up and slowly down. Stretch the leg out. Exhale, knee to elbow, curling up. And slowly down and stretch the leg out. Last one like this. Curling up. And back down. And now lastly, curling the knee and zip up the belly. When you come up, add a little twist. And slowly back down. Curling in, lift and twist. And slowly back down, the last one of all. Curling up, lift and twist. Slowly back down. Release the arms. Bend the knees, place the feet flat, and once again, heel toe the feet out mat width, or maybe a little wider this time. Take the arms wide and slow windshield wipers. And this time with the windshield wipers, as you go at like an extra luxurious pace, tip the knees, like push into the edges of your feet and give your hips a little extra roll over to one side. The knees come a little further over to that side. And then the same thing as you come over to the other side. The knees go to the left and your hips are rotating that way and the edges of your feet are giving a little extra push. Just explore those end points as you feel them, allowing the knees to find out just how far over they would like to go. Coming back, and just like that, over to the other side, and pause and feel and breathe. And coming back, and visit each side one more time. And when that last round is complete, return to center. Walk the feet in. Bring your arms down near your sides, not super close, near your sides. And we're set up nicely for a slow, progressive bridge pose. So our bridge pose today intended to be like, think of it like an active massage for your back. So see that the feet are planted, that you can kind of plug them into the earth. The arms are there to provide a little support. You can press down more or less into them. You can leave them kind of relaxed if you like. If your back feels like it's a little dicey in certain spots, use your arms and press down. They can help to shore things up while the back gets stronger. All right, zip up the belly, squeeze your glutes, and lift only your glutes. Now they may or may not lift off the floor, but let your bum feel lighter on the mat, but keep your low back on it. And then gently relax into our starting position. And again, just like that, pull the navel down toward the spine, squeeze the glutes, but don't lift the low back up. And then relax. And this may feel very natural. If you have a lot of lumbar curve and your low back is very back bendy, that's the condition my back is, it feels like it's a lot of effort to keep the low back on the mat. In other bodies, it may feel like a very natural movement. So it may be hard, it may be not so hard. Come on back down. This time, the glutes start out, right? Abs are on, glutes lift, and now your low back peels up, but the ribs don't lift. The low back comes down, and then your bum comes down. Just like that, one more time. Zip up the belly, squeeze and lift the glutes, and then the low back. Stay right there, and slowly lower the low back, and then the glutes. Now we'll invite the ribs this time, zip up the belly, squeeze and lift the glutes, and then the low back, and then the back ribs from the bottom up as high as you want to go, and then very slowly, gradually back down. One more time, just like that. Squeeze and lift the glutes, the low back, the back ribs. Pause while you're lifted and slowly lower down. Nice and easy. This will be the last one, and we'll just do one of these where you have the option of raising the arms as well. Zip up the belly, squeeze and lift the glutes. Peel the low back up, the back ribs, the arms might float up. And when you're lifted all the way and your arms might be reaching overhead or in some other direction, stay there and take a few breaths. Take your time with the breath. When you're ready, slowly, slowly, slowly lower down. Shoulder blades come down, the bottom ribs come down, the low back curls down, and then your bum lands and the legs relax. Stay right there for a moment. Breathe. Bring the right knee into happy baby, or the right leg rather. Bring the left leg as well. Happy baby with both legs. Hold either behind the thighs or walk the hands up the shins any amount. Breathe while you're here. Gently relax that effort. Keep the knees in close and rock over to one side, any side you choose. When you're all the way over on that side, stay there. And while you're rocked over to your right or your left side, come all the way over so you're in a fetal position on your side. And then we'll do a little opening and closing the book with the arms. So the knees are in fairly close to the chest, so your back is nice and long. And as you inhale, you'll open up. Now for today, we'll do the open book version. It means a straight arm. However, as with all things in our yoga practice, if that doesn't feel good, feel free to do the bent elbow bow and arrow version. Did that, I think, on Monday. Open up, open up, and then back down. Just like that. Inhale as you open, take as long as the breath is. And then exhale as you come back to your side. Do that one more time and then stay open in the twist. In the spinal twist, arms where they want to be, breathing in, breathing out. And send a little bit of extra breath into the rib cage and the chest on the side facing the sky. If you're in the park today, there is a gentle breeze and it is heavenly. I know it doesn't seem like 100 degrees would be heavenly, but it's actually quite nice. And slowly come back over onto your side. While we're here, let's do a little something for the lower body as well. So we'll take the top leg, stay as much as possible with the hips stacked so you're right on that edge. Now, if that doesn't feel good for your hip joint on the floor, you can rock a little bit to one side or the other, forward or back, so that it's manageable. And then zip up the belly, straighten the top leg so it's hovering in the air. Yeah, so the whole top leg is stretched out. Yeah, and the whole leg is parallel to the floor. Yeah, and then roll the right hip a little bit once you can down after you see me. And like you're walking in air with that leg, send the leg forward and then send it back. Zip up the belly the whole time. So the name of the game here is stabilize. Stabilize the pelvis, stabilize the torso, so that we're isolating the movement in the leg. And it's only the leg that's moving, not the hip and the waist. And we're trying to minimize any rocking that might be happening. Yeah, nice. Leave the leg back behind you, any amount, belly zipped up. Squeeze your glutes while you're there. Ooh, hello. And then gently release. Bend the knees. We're back in our fetal position. Now this is different than what we would usually do. Normally when we do clamshells, we're doing them in a strength building way. Today's clamshell, just for your enjoyment. The knee goes up. This is more for mobility. The knee goes up and the hip can come back. So normally we try to hold it all steady. This is just a little unwinding mobility work. The knee goes up and down. The feet can stay together or they can be separate if you want. Choice is yours. One more time. And release. Make your way to your other side. And we'll pick up with our open and closing the book twist once we get there. So as we come over to this side, get situated, bend both knees so we're in a fetal position. Take your top arm out in front of you and open and close your book. And remember, if your body prefers to bend the elbow and do it bow and arrow style, that's fine too. Inhaling as you're opening up to the sky and exhaling as you're coming back onto your side. Just like that. Inhaling and opening, exhaling and coming back. Just like and once you're in the twist, stay there for a few breaths. Let the body be wherever it wants to be in this twist on this side, and send a little bit of extra awareness into the side of the rib cage and the chest that's facing the sky right now. Relax the neck, the jaw, and let the breath flow gently in and out. Couple more breaths right here. When you are ready, roll back onto your side and we'll do the stabilizing movement with the top leg. So from here, stack your hips so one is right on top of the other as much as possible, and then straighten out your top leg so that the whole straight leg is parallel to the floor. Zip up the belly a lot, hug the outer hips in as you walk in the air with that leg, sending it forward and then back. Now forward is easy to kind of gauge what's happening. We can even see the leg without too much difficulty, but emphasize a little bit of extra backward movement, right? Zip up the belly, send the foot back. Oh, hello. And then forward a little, but back a little extra. Backward a little more than the leg might naturally want to go. And then when you go back this time, keep the belly zipped up and hold that spot just for a breath or two. Squeeze the glutes back there. Hello, hello, hello. And then release. Bend the knees, stack the knees. And we'll do our mobility clamshells. So remember, this is let the hip rock, let the knee go as high as it wants to. The feet can stay together, or you can do it with the allowing the feet to separate and come together. The choice is yours. See what works in your body today. Good. Come on back to our fetal position and press the floor away gently. And let's flip over and come to tabletop, hands and knees. Place the hands roughly underneath the shoulders and the shins about parallel to each other. As you find your way there, start the undulating movement of cat-cow. Exhaling, lifting the navel, rounding the spine. Inhaling, let the heart melt, gently back bending. Exhaling, lift the belly and round the spine. Inhaling, melt the heart. Continue to breathe. Just like that. Now, circle the hips and the shoulders. Any size circle. You can feel your way into the movement. You can add twisty spirals. Go the other way. And come on back to center. Now, if you have a block, you can use it as a prop, or if you have something light, a little hand towel would work too, just something to have in your hand. And if you don't have anything handy, you can do this just with the palm up the whole time. Having something tangible in the hand helps keep us honest in the movement. Gives us, and it's not like we're trying to cheat, it's just a reality check because it can be challenging to know where we are in space. So we'll take, I'm gonna use a block for mine. I'll show first. I'll dive through, and this is kind of like the shoulder thread, the needle, but I'm not gonna go all the way down to the floor. I'm hovering as I reach through to open up and spread out the space between the shoulder blades. And then I'm gonna take the block back and kind of counterintuitively swing the block back and the elbow forward, right? I'm going kind of backwards up. I'm gonna stay backwards up and turn this into a twist. Watch what happens if I try to keep my wrist straight or bend it this way. The block will fall on my head. Don't do that. But that is why a block is nice, or a towel, because they're light. And then come up to the sky. Back down. The wrist adjusts as you come back. So we're kind of trying to keep the block level-ish, not making it tilt too much. All right. Hold your block in your, let's say, right hand. And then dive the right arm all the way through and reach as far through as is comfortable for you. Breathe into the space, the extra space between your shoulder blades, and then pull the block back and pivot the forearm. So the block goes to the back, the elbow goes to the front, and then the arm goes out to the side. It's backwards up. And as you keep the backwards up position, start to press down into the hand that's on the mat and reach up with the other arm. Spread the arms and the collarbones wide, and then slowly come back down. Pivot the forearm and dive through again. We'll do this 2 more times. Pull the forearm back, pivot, the block goes to the back, wind up backwards up, press down into the mat, open up. So this is yoga that is good for your brain as well as your body, because it kind of messes with your head. Yeah, that's it. Good, Tim. And then dive through one last time. Pull the forearm back, pivot, and open, spread, breathe. And come back down, release, and change sides. All right, how you guys doing? Good. Block is in the left hand, and we dive on through, breathe in between the shoulder blades, let that space open up, zip up the belly, because that's kind of nice too. And then pull the forearm back, pivot it, block goes to the back, go backwards up with your arm, and then press down with the bottom hand and reach up and press up with the top palm. And then come slowly back down, pivot the forearm, and dive through again. Breathe there, pull the forearm back, pivot, block to the back, backwards up, press down with the bottom arm and up with the top hand. Good. And then back down we go. Take your time. Last one. Pivot the forearm. Dive on through. Pause when you're all the way reaching through. And then slowly pull back. Pivot. Backwards up. Press down and up simultaneously. Broaden the collarbones. Reach the arms really wide. And then slowly, gently come back. Put down the block and take child's pose. Let the arms, the shoulders, and the upper back relax. If your hips want to be higher because that's more comfortable for you, they can be, or let the hips drop back, the knees as wide as they want. And the arms, shoulders, hands, head, neck, upper back, they are free to rest in whatever position they would like to take rest in for a moment here. Generous breath in. Take your time with the exhale. And again, a generous inhale, pause. Take your time with the exhale. One more like that, a generous breath in, pause. And softly let it out. Ease your way back to tabletop. From tabletop, take your right leg back behind you, and we'll do a calf stretch here. So you can rock forward and back to whatever degree works. As you're rocking back, listen for the calf stretch, and then press into the ball of the foot like you would if you were walking forward, like slowly roll over the ball of the foot and the toes, get a little toe stretch there, and then glide back and find the calf stretch again. Feel the calf stretch. You're in charge of how much you lean into it, how straight the leg is, and then slowly roll over the ball of the foot and the toes, and ay. And then one last time, leaning back, breathing. And rolling over the toes. Good, release that. Let's go to the other side. Take your time, stretch the leg back first, toes tucked under, lean back and find your calf stretch on this side. It may feel different. Take a few breaths here. And then slowly, so you can feel the little weird, uncomfortable details as you come over the ball of the foot and onto the toes, and how many toes can get a stretch. The big toe for sure, but can you invite some other toes too? And then slowly back over the ball of the foot, leaning back and breathing here. And then slowly roll over the ball of the foot. Into the toe stretch, breathe here. And slowly, gently, leaning back into the calf stretch last time. And slowly easing forward. And release that. And child's pose or kneeling puppy. Any position that lets the arms and the hands and the shoulders relax. Just taking any weight off the hands and allowing them to rest. Stretch out the inhale. Be easy with the exhale. When you're ready, ease back to neutral, back to hands and knees and tabletop. And we'll do one last thing from this starting position. Come on up to your hands and your shins. Stretch your right leg back. So this looks like what we did just a moment ago. But this time now, swing your right foot for your right inner heel down to the mat. So the inner foot is there. Press the left hand on the mat, and then kind of in a bow and arrow way, poke your other elbow up at the sky and then reach up if you want. And if you're happy here and you want to add a little something else, reach the top arm overhead, like out beyond the crown of your head, like you're making the longest line possible from your right foot to your right hand. And then place the hand down and place the knee down and come on over to the other side. We'll just do one of these on each side. Left leg goes back behind you and straightens out. Swing the inner heel down, press into the right hand, zip up the belly, start to turn your chest, reach the elbow up and unfurl the arm if you want. Breathe while you're here. And if you want to make it more side stretchy, reach the top arm overhead to make a little longer line. And breathe while you're here. And place the hand down. Place the shins down. And last child's pose here. Rest the arms, the hands, the shoulders, the neck, the jaw. And guide the breath gently over the back, mid back, low back. Now ease your way back to some semblance of tabletop. And then to standing, take your time. Come up any way you like. And we'll take a moment down low in a forward bend. So find your favorite spacing between the feet, your favorite way of holding the hands. I like to hold the elbows. You can do something different if you have another favorite. You can sway or settle in there into the stillness of it. Definitely breathe. Stand evenly on both feet. Let the neck relax. Let the jaw relax. And welcome the breath as it flows in and out. Can you feel the subtle lift, the subtle way the inhale lifts you and the exhale lets you sink down a little more? Keep dropping in. Release the arms, bend your knees some, zip up your belly a lot, and slowly, slowly, slowly come up to stand. And once you're standing all the way upright, adjust your feet so they're parallel to each other. And inhale, circle the arms out and up. Exhale, fold down. Ardha Surya Namaskar, half sun salute. Pause when you're low. Then inhale halfway up. Pause halfway. Exhale down low again. Pause there. Press the feet, zip up the belly a little extra. Take as many breaths as you like to come all the way up to standing and reach for the sky. Root down, reach up, and hands to the heart. Just like that again, root down into the feet. Inhale, lengthen skyward. Exhale, slowly folding down. Take your time, pause. Halfway up on an inhale, pause. Back down low, pause. And slowly up, press the feet, zip up the belly. Easy neck, shoulders, and arms, and then open the arms out and reach to the sky. And hands to the heart one more time through. Root down into the earth. Inhale to the sky. Exhale, fold down, take your time. Halfway up on an inhale. Back down on the exhale. Press down to rise up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release the arms. Roll the shoulders up and back, down and around. Let the knees bend. Let's take a little wider stance and circle the hips around. The knees are free to bend, however, facilitates a generous hip circle. Go the other way. And come on back to center. From here, if balance is feeling like you might want some support from furniture or a wall or a tree, if you've got one, place your hand on that support, stand tall, and look out at horizon level. And from here, root down into the right foot, bend the left knee, and any amount So first we'll focus on the standing leg, which will be your right foot. And you'll send your roots down, you squeeze your glutes a little, lift your navel, get as tall as you can. And then the other leg, the knee will lift straight up in front of you a little bit, and then the foot touches down. Reconnect to the earth and the sky, and raise the knee again. Maybe it comes up higher, maybe it's already as high as it wants to be. And maybe on this last one, give the knee a hug. You can hug behind the thigh, around the shin, and breathe. Yeah, this is where the rubber meets the road in the balance part. Squeeze the glute down into the foot, and then release. Shake your legs out, thanking them for their efforts thus far, and then change sides. Root down into the left foot, zip up the belly, squeeze the glutes, and then bring the right knee up a touch and lightly back down. We'll do 3 times, and the last one we'll hold. And lift the knee up maybe a little more this time, and back down, and this last time, whatever height allows you to connect the hand, one or both hands to the leg. Breathe while you're here. Squeezing the glute on the standing leg, lifting the belly in and up, and then release. Shake the legs out. This time, more for mobility. The last piece was more strength building and balancing. This time, go back to standing. We'll go back to standing on the right leg, and the circle happens a little more quickly. Yeah, it's a knee circle, and then we're back down. And another one, and back down. Once you've done 3 in one direction, do 3 in the reverse. Same leg, but going the other way, yeah. And your torso can move. There's no rule against that. And when you've done 3 on that leg, shift over, stand on the left foot, zip up the belly, and then take 3 circles with the other knee. Any way they want to have it. Right? If you're feeling feisty, then expand the size of the circles, or you could even go a little more slowly, make it more balance challenging, and then go the other way. And one hip may be more willing than the other. And release. Shake the legs out. And stand evenly on both feet, hip to shoulder width apart, somewhere in that vicinity. Take the arms up overhead and take hold of the right wrist. Lengthen up and over. Side bending, lifting, breathing here. Breathing into all the space on that side that's stretching. Stay in a bit of side bend. Zip up your belly and turn your chest and your gaze down toward the floor beside you. Relax the neck, the shoulders, and then untwist first, then come all the way up. That feel okay in there? Release the arms. Roll the shoulders. And then inhale the arms overhead. Take hold of the other hand. Root down, lift, and lengthen over to the other side. Breathe. Plug the feet into the earth. Send the breath over into the side that's extra spacious right now. Draw the navel in and turn the chest and the gaze down to the floor beside you. Slowly, gently unwind and back up to center. Release the arms. Take the shoulders, give them a squeeze, lift the elbows, curl the wrists up, and float the arms all the way down. Inhale, shoulders, elbows, wrists, Exhale, open and release. Last time. Shoulders, elbows, wrists. Inhale and exhale all the way. Good. Let's take the feet wide apart and we'll fold forward. So as you fold forward, if you have a block or a chair seat or a bench or a coffee table to put your hand or hands on, you can use that and find a position where you have kind of a flat back. If you don't have a block handy, then bend the knees more, come to fingertips and lengthen out. Like even though we're tilted with the spine, we're looking to find that sense of neutral. In fact, while we're here, let's treat it like a little bit of cat-cow. Round the spine, and feel what that is like, and then do a little bit of back bend, heart moving forward, bum up in the air, and then exhale and round the back, hollowing cat, and inhale, a gentle back bend. One more time, feel what the roundedness is like, and then what the back bend is like. And then feel for a spot right in the middle where your spine is long and neutral. Keep the right hand on the mat. Place the left hand on your hip. And the right hand may be on your bench or your block or your whatever if you're using a prop. Zip up the belly, nice long spine and shoulders away from the ears. Then turn your chest to the left, to the left, to the left. Root down into your feet. Stay here, or if you want, raise the top arm. Make sure your shoulder's happy about whatever decision you've made with that top arm. Press into the feet, so we're not trying to use the bottom arm as a leg. It's pushing a bit, but it's not intended to really hold you up fully. Unwind, come to center, change hands. All right, so if it's stressing out the wrist, use your legs more and your arm less. From here, left hand is on the block or ground, zip up the belly, long spine, turn your chest to the right, to the right, to the right. Add the top arm reaching up if you want, and breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Just like that. And slowly unwind and let your body hang in whatever a comfortable forward fold is for you. If you want to change the width of the feet, feel free. Change the amount of bend in the legs, feel free. Reposition the arms or fold them. Take a few breaths right here, nice and long in the spine. Slowly and gently press down to rise up tall. And as you come to upright, plant your feet. Feel your vertical. Circle the arms overhead. Touch palms and draw a line to your heart. Release. All right. This is our last standing pose, so savor it. And for this, it's nice if you do have a tree or a wall or something to lean on. It's a side plank variation. If you want to go around that side of the tree and I'll go this side of the tree, we can do it like that. I'll show, watch where you step because there are needles, pine needles and things. So one hand goes on the tree and how much effort in the side plank will be determined by how far away you go from the tree, right? The farther away, the more it becomes like extra force in the arm, right? Once you're there and you're leaning into your wall or your tree, the outside leg lifts. You can make tree pose with it, or you can lift the leg and hold it in the air. And breathe. And breathe. and breathe. And then gently come to standing upright, and then turn around and do the other leg. Other hand, other leg, other everything. And again, you can increase the challenge by walking your feet further away from your wall, from your support. You can choose tree pose or simply raise the leg any amount away from your midline. Zip up your belly while you're here, always a helpful thing to do. Breathing in, breathing out. One more breath, and come on up and back. And let's return to our mats. As you come on back from your mat, or to your mat rather, let's lie down. Actually, hang on, don't lie down yet. Don't get too excited that I said lie down. Sit down. Sit down, sit down. And we'll take a forward bend. So we've been doing a fair amount of forward bending these days. It works kind of nicely with the warmer weather. Take the right foot. Actually, let me mirror you guys. Take your right foot near the left leg and your left leg out to the side. And then once you're there, breathe. Breathe. Turn your navel to face your straight leg toe. Sit tall and breathe. And then put a little bit of your awareness in the back of the straight leg and notice what's going on while you're in this position. So remember, this is one of those poses that really requires a lot of tuning into the inner sensation so that we work with our edges in the best possible way. So if you feel a good amount of sensation in the back of the leg right now, then you are exactly where you need to be. You'll stay there. If you don't feel any sensation there, start to slowly come forward. And as you come forward, the whole time, you're tuning into the back of the leg as well as the inner groin and the other leg. If there's something else that is messaging you like, hey, pay attention over here, listen to that, honor the information that you're receiving from the body, and breathe. Breathe. Where do you feel sensation right now? Maybe it's the back of the leg, maybe it's the hip, the low back, something else. Notice where the strongest sensation is right now. Does it feel stretchy? Does it feel crowded? Is it at like a comfortable edge and you feel like you want to lean in more? Or you feel like you want to dial back a touch? Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. Slowly come up. Same leg is stretched out. Take the bent knee and bring your foot so it's flat on your mat. And leave a little space now between your foot that's on the mat and the other straight leg. Use your hands, you might interlace them or rest them on the shin or the knee, and sit tall. And we're going to do an open twist today. So if it's your right knee that's bent, it's your right hand, same hand on the knee. Lean a little bit backward and then turn. So you're twisting to the straight leg side. Breathe here. This is a variation that gives us a bit more breathing space. Now, if you're leaning backward and you want to come up more vertical, go right ahead. And with the hand that's on the bent knee, if you want to use some leverage, bring your arm inside the leg and then resist against it. So the elbow's pressing out against the inner leg. Breathe here. Long spine, easy shoulders. Gentle with the breath. Slowly, gently unwind the legs. And we'll start with the forward bend. So bend the left knee, foot goes close to the straight leg. Turn your navel toward the foot of your straight leg. And then as you sit up tall, take a moment and assess. You can have your eyes open or closed. Sometimes closing the eyes helps me to tune into the body a bit more. See, feel any sensations you observe right now. And then if appropriate, slowly come forward and listen the whole time. Listen as you're moving in. Listen as you find a spot and stay there. And even when it's time to come out, you'll listen on the way out. So that we cultivate a mindful quality, loving awareness, wherever we are, whatever position we might be in. And it deepens our practice. Inhaling, exhaling. Notice where you feel sensation now. It may be different now that we've been in the pose for a while. Are there any areas that need a little repositioning to be attended to? Keep the body safe, but also find some challenge for your flexibility. And when you're ready, slowly, gently, ease your way up. And bring the knee in, the bent knee in. And place the foot flat on the mat. Leave a little space between that and the other leg. And sit tall. Breathe here. And now we'll twist in the direction of the straight leg. So the left hand will stay on the leg, right hand goes behind you, lean a little bit back, lengthen and rotate. And then as you remain here, you may choose to come up more vertical or bring the left arm inside the leg and use that resistance as leverage for your twist. In all cases, lengthen the spine, lengthen the crown of the head upwards, and let the shoulders fall away from the ears. Give yourself space, space for your spine, space for the bones, space for the breath. Take a couple more breaths right here. And take your time as you unwind. Stretch both legs out, lean a little back, and swing your feet. And let's come down onto our backs now. Lie down and hug the knees, rock side to side. As you lie down and you draw the knees in, start with the side to side movement. And then with the knees moving together, circle them around. Envision this as meant as another active massage for your back. Go the other way. You can spiral to change the size of your circles. Now we'll go back in that first direction. So change direction again. And this time, if you want to stretch your legs up in the air, you can. Now this might feel nice with the knees bent. So it's more the feet that are circling. The legs stay together. They're friends, they like each other. You can have the legs straighter if you want. Let's change direction. The choice is yours. Listen to your body and see what feels like, okay, this is a nice sweet spot. Sometimes we do lots of ab work. This is not meant to be especially arduous, so bend the knees as much as your body would like. And release. Bend the knees a lot now and release the feet flat to the mat. From here, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So right ankle over left thigh, and then either, if you like, thread the needle. You can do thread the needle. You can either reach through with the arms, against something, any way that works for you. So get a little stretch in the outer right hip, or the outer hip of the crossed over leg. While you're there, breathe. Breathe down the back body. Breathe down to the low back and the hip, right into the area where you may be noticing some sensation. If you like, you can rock while you're here. This is your practice. Do what suits your body. Gently release and touch the feet down. In between sides, do a little windshield wiper movement with the knees. Let the hips open. And now when you're ready, cross the other leg on top. The same thing here. You can leave the foot down. You can take it in the air. You can hold it with the arms. Feel like green eggs and ham. You can hold them here or there. You can hold them anywhere. And then you decide. You might hold the legs. You might not. You might rock or be in stillness. And breathe. More than anything, breathe. And when you're ready, unwind the legs. Touch the feet down. Heel. Oh, go side to side a little in your windshield wipers. And now take both knees over to the right. Now, if you want to do a different twist that's not a windshield wiper twist, go ahead and change it and do your own twist now. If you want to do the windshield wiper twist, keep the feet wide, the knees bent as they tip over to one side. If the knees are over on the right side, there's also the option to cross the right ankle over the left thigh if that feels good. This really is all in service of what feels like it helps the body unwind as we approach our Final resting pose. Breathe while you're here. There may be some days your body wants to do the leg cross, and other days it doesn't suit you. Breathe. And it's not like, oh, I don't want to do that today. It's not like we're opting out in a, in a whiny way, or we don't want to do the work. It's a mindful practice. It's a mindful practice. So we're making conscious choices in how we approach each pose, and slowly bring the knees up and over, changing sides. And as the knees tip over to the left, they can stay right there, or you can cross the left foot on top, or do your own twist, matching what you did on the first side. In all cases, start to stretch out the breath. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Stay right where you are for a few more breaths. Now gently bring the knees back to center. Walk the feet in a little closer and see what your body would appreciate right now. Maybe the knees want to hug in, or you want to do happy baby, or just move the legs around. It is your choice. We are on our way to Shavasana, so if there's any last way you'd like to move, go ahead and do that now. When you're ready, unwind and find your way into Shavasana, comfortable position for Shavasana. Relax the feet, the legs, from the ankles and calves to the knees, relax. All the way up along the thigh muscles to the gluteal muscles, relax. The fingers, the hands, the wrists, forearms, the elbows, the upper arms rest. Let the shoulders melt. The upper body spreads out. The lower back uncoils. Plugged in, receiving nourishment, resting here. Let the belly rise and fall. Stay right there, allowing the breath to flow through the body. Allowing yourself to be replenished and refreshed by each breath, by each moment that you're here. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om. Let me be able to see the light from the darkness, distinguish the real from the unreal, truth from the untruth, the temporary or the eternal. Begin to deepen the breath. Start to move and stretch fingers and toes. Then inhale the arms and take a great big stretch. Stretch and yawn in any way that feels good to your body right now. As you're ready, draw the knees in, then rock over to one side. Then slowly press up and find your way to a seated, upright position. You can bring your palms together. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, lower the chin. And take a moment today in gratitude for one thing in your day today. And thank you for sharing your practice. Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Anne. It was
Lovely.
great.
Thank you. Take care.
Stay cool.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. We had 3 today.